In 2018, a wealthy country did something no nation had ever done before. It appointed a government minister, not a minister of health, not of defense, a minister of loneliness. It sounds absurd, a joke almost. But they weren't laughing. They had seen the data, and the data said something no one wanted to hear. Loneliness was killing people, not metaphorically, literally. As deadly, they calculated, as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So how can a feeling, just a feeling, do that to a body? To understand, we have to go back, way back. For almost all of human history, you were never alone. You lived, ate, and slept inside a group, always. And that wasn't comfort. It was survival. Alone, in the wild, a human was food. Being cast out of the tribe wasn't loneliness. It was a death sentence. So evolution built a warning system inside you, the same kind it built for hunger and for thirst. Hunger says find food or you'll die. Loneliness says the same thing about people. Loneliness is not sadness. It is an alarm. And when the alarm won't stop, your body pays the price. It starts with a chemical, cortisol, the stress hormone. In short bursts, cortisol saves your life. But in the lonely, it never switches off, day after day, month after month, flooding the body, and that changes everything. First, your blood. It grows sticky, inflamed. Silent inflammation spreads through your veins. This is the same fire behind heart disease and stroke. Then your defenses, your immune system weakens. You catch more colds, wounds heal slower. And deep inside, something quieter happens. To the brain itself, the region that handles fear becomes overactive. The world starts to look more threatening than it is. Meanwhile, the reasoning part of the brain begins to shrink. Focus fades, memory slips, thinking gets foggy. The balance tips, away from thinking toward raw feeling. Sleep breaks apart. You lie awake, on guard, for no reason. Because to an ancient brain, alone means unsafe. This isn't weakness. This is biology doing its job. For a long time, science ignored all of this. Loneliness was seen as a mood, soft, unscientific, until one man decided to measure it. His name was John Cacioppo, a neuroscientist in Chicago in the 1990s. Colleagues warned him. This wasn't a serious topic. He studied it anyway, and what he found stunned him. Loneliness left fingerprints on genes, on blood, on the brain. He gave it a name, social pain. And here's the part that changed everything. Social pain runs through the same brain circuits as physical pain. To your brain, being excluded and being injured feel alike. Rejection doesn't just hurt your feelings, it hurts. But one lab isn't proof. Cacioppo needed the world's data, so researchers pooled it all together. In 2010, one study combined 148 separate studies, following over 300,000 people for years. The result was impossible to ignore. Strong social ties raised your odds of survival by 50%. Loneliness was as deadly as obesity, as alcoholism. This wasn't a mood anymore, it was a medical threat. Which raises a darker question. Why is it spreading? Because here is the twist. We are more connected than any humans in history and more alone than ever before. This didn't just happen. The world was rebuilt around us. For centuries, people lived close, doors open, streets full. Then we spread out. Fences went up. Cars replaced sidewalks. We designed a life where you never have to see anyone. You can work, shop, and eat without a single word. And then came the thing that promised to fix it all. The screen. Connection in your pocket. Except it wasn't built to connect you. It was built to hold you. Alone. Every scroll was designed by engineers to keep you there. Not with friends, with a feed. Let's step into one ordinary night. It's 2 a.m., the house is silent, the hero feels the ache, the pull to reach someone, so the thumb moves. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Hundreds of faces, perfect lives, parties you weren't in. For a second it feels like company, but the brain isn't fooled. No touch, no voice, no eyes. The alarm keeps ringing, louder now. An hour passes. The ache is worse, not better. This is the trap, and it has a cruel design. Remember, loneliness makes the brain see danger in people. So the lonelier you get, the more you pull away. And pulling away makes you lonelier still. It's a spiral that tightens on its own. Cacioppo saw it clearly. Loneliness feeds itself, and a whole industry profits from you staying inside it. In 2023, America made it official. The Surgeon General declared an epidemic of loneliness. An epidemic, with no virus, just a way of life. So what do we do? Cacioppo's answer was not what people expected. He said, don't just add more people. That doesn't work. You can feel utterly alone in a crowded room. The cure isn't quantity, it's connection that feels real. One person who truly sees you can quiet the alarm. The body knows the difference between an audience and a friend. And that is the real message hidden in your loneliness. That ache you feel late at night, it was never a flaw. It's the oldest signal your species ever made, millions of years old. And it is trying to save you. It's not saying something is wrong with you. It's saying go find your people. You were built for them. Because for all our screens and walls and distance, one truth never changed. We were never meant to survive alone. The lonely brain isn't broken, it's homesick. Homesick for the one thing it always needed most, each other. So if you feel it tonight, don't silence the alarm. Listen to it, then answer it. Reach for someone. Your body has been asking you to all along.